When I met Katrina in first grade, we were immediate best friends. Her mom was a teacher at our school, and my parents dropped me off early and worked late every day. So we became closer as we were together every single day from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. From then on, we played volleyball, basketball, and softball on the same team all year round, had every single class together, and a sleepover almost every weekend. With no exaggeration, we were literally inseparable. Today, I'm going to tell you about this amazing girl and give tribute to my lifelong best friend, Katrina. As I mentioned before, Katrina and I went to school from first grade until ninth grade, until I moved to LCA. I remember calling her, crying, and so scared to tell her that I was changing schools after so many years of being together constantly. Of course, we were sad, and I figured that we would just drift apart and have different lives. However, the complete opposite happened. When we went to school together and spent literally every waking moment together, we would fight like siblings, or worse, sometimes even getting into physical fights and wrestling out our anger after spending whole weekends together. But when we were separated, we didn't have the chance to fight like that. Every moment we spent together was right where we left off, and our relationship became so much stronger than it was before. I went through some really tough times my first 2 years at LCA. And during those times when I felt like nobody cared or when nobody wanted to talk to me, Katrina would text me literally all day, cheering me up and just showing me that she cared and that I was loved. I know I would not have made it through without her constant support and reassurance. So prepare yourself for this. Wait, that's not the right thing. These are some of our first selfies. They're interesting for sure. Before Katrina even took the Enneagram test, I told her she'd be a 2, and I was right. 2s are best described as being unselfish and altruistic, having unconditional love for others. One of the biggest reasons I love Katrina is her selflessness. Even as a little kid, Katrina was the first one to volunteer to stay late to clean tables, help another kid clean their desk, or show help to a younger kid with their homework. This giving and caring spirit has only become greater as she has gotten older. I see it every day in her as she cares for everyone around her. She spends her time babysitting her 1-year-old niece, being a teacher assistant for special needs classes, and studying to be a nurse. I have no doubt that God created Katrina to serve others. Having a best friend like her who naturally lives her life for others is easy to take for granted. When she surprises me with Starbucks or Qdoba or helps me fold my laundry when my mom says I have to do it before we go out, she is the most helpful and unselfish girl I could imagine. I can't wait to see her succeed in her dream of being a nurse and a mom one day. 11 and some years of memories is a lot to recall, but I still have many that I will never forget. I'll remember Katrina helping me get ready for almost every high school dance, using her amazing makeup skills and putting up with me being stressed and obnoxious. I'll remember those long rides to basketball tournaments in eastern Kentucky, listening to Justin Bieber on loop, driving her mom crazy, and then bouncing off the walls all night in the hotel room. And how could I forget every time Katrina would come over for a sleepover, how she would immediately ask my mom to make her a bagel, and then accidentally fall asleep if she ever sat on my red couch. I'll remember in elementary school when we'd hide behind the desk to talk about the boys we liked, and then go play foursquare on the playground. I'll remember how bad I felt that time when I mixed M&Ms into her fettuccine as a joke, and that other time when I pushed her off the bed in my sleep. All of our trips to Kings Island, Gatlinburg, my granny's house, the lake, and countless places in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, will be some of my best childhood memories. I'm so thankful for all of these times and the ones I didn't list because they have made me the person I am today. Having a childhood friend and someone to grow up with is such a blessing, yet it's also something so strange because we grew up together and now we have to grow apart. As kids, we spent so much time together, more time with each other than with our own families. And because of this, I think in a way we raised each other. Katrina has taught me to be more considerate, thoughtful, and patient, and to love others before loving myself. These lessons are things that are now a part of me. And because of this, Katrina and I are forever bonded through the ways we've grown up together. These past few years, we've been separated and been through many ups and downs. Yet despite the distance and years gone by, she'll always be my shoulder to cry on and the first one I call with great news. And most importantly, I can always call her my best friend.